Hey everybody, Michelle here. I was just working in my office tonight. Oh, I can see my monitor in my glasses. Let me take those off. Anyway, I was working tonight and I've been getting a lot of questions on our Firelight lab grown diamonds. And I thought I would just take a couple seconds and just because if a couple people are having the same questions, there's probably a lot of people out there that are thinking and asking the same question. So I thought I would just take a minute and address it. If you've never met me before, it's great to have you in my home. I'm in my office, messy as it is and late as it is, but I'm in love with diamonds. I love diamonds. I'm diamond certified with the Gemological Institute of America. I'm DCA certified in diamonds. I'm just a girl who loves sparkly things, but I've recently been involved in a lab-grown diamond brand, which I am in love with, called Firelight at QVC US. And so the big question I keep getting over and over again that I wanted to just kind of pop in here and address is a lab-grown diamond a diamond? And the answer to that question is yes. So people are getting confused, is it a CZ? Is it a moissanite? What is it? Well, it is a diamond. So they're actually made in a laboratory. There's two different types, two different ways that you can make lab-grown diamonds these days, and they're very high-tech. And until recently, we couldn't make the larger sizes. So it's a very exciting time, actually, to be a consumer in the diamond market, because what you're going to get with Firelight in particular is you're going to get bigger, you're going to get bolder, and you're going to get brighter diamonds. And I think we can all agree that that's a really good thing, right? Especially when you get them for so much less than you would if they were grown deep within the Earth's crust. So there's two types, but the thing that's similar about the two different types of lab-grown diamonds is that they're both starting with a seed of an actual diamond. So the best way for me to describe it to you is like if you were growing tomatoes from a seed and growing them in a greenhouse as opposed to tomatoes just growing in the wild in a garden. So the ones in the hothouse are going to be man-tended. They're going to be maybe a more perfect tomato, or maybe flowers would have been a better analogy, but you get what I'm talking about. Like a rose grown in a greenhouse is still a rose, whether it's tended by man or whether it's tended by nature. So they're the ones that we offer right now at Firelight, and we offer some really nice large sizes that are difficult to find elsewhere in the world, especially at the kinds of prices that we offer at QVC. So go check it out if you have time. But you're going to find that they are really, really beautiful. They're really clean. In fact, let's talk about some of the things that they won't do. People have asked me tonight, do they dull over time? Like a CZ can get really cloudy and kind of dirty looking over time. This is a diamond, so it will be cared for in exactly the same way that a diamond is cared for. It's a perfect 10 on the Mohs rating scale, and it does not turn color, and it does not grow dull over time, which is pretty exciting because after all, these Firelight lab-grown diamonds have exactly the same chemical, physical, and optical properties as their natural counterpart, which is a diamond from the earth. So how do you know which one you want? The Affinity brand that we offer at QVC, which again is my heart, the Affinity brand is from Mother Nature. It's from deep within the Earth's crust, so hundreds of miles beneath the Earth's crust, and it comes up through volcanic activity. So it comes up out of a lot of turmoil. And some folks, like that idea. Some folks don't like that idea. But if you're looking for rarity, as opposed to bigger, bolder, and brighter, if you're looking for rarity, I would go with Affinity. If you're looking for the bigger, bolder, more perfect, brighter diamonds that are affordable, then I would go with Firelight because they're not as rare. They're going to be less expensive. So it kind of depends on where your heart is, what's important to you as a customer, and you can kind of make that decision for yourself. You know what you want. So if you want a bigger, bolder, brighter diamond, you want Firelight. If you want something that's more rare and scarce and was in the Earth's crust for billions of years of time, then the Affinity brand is right for you. So somebody else asked me, because I talk about the fact that you may find inclusions even in lab-grown diamonds. So someone said to me, why aren't they all perfect? Why aren't they all perfect clarity? Why aren't they all perfect color? Well, it has to do with the environment in which they're grown in. even though the environment can be controlled, sometimes the atoms in react in such a way that they attach to other atoms. So they attach to contaminants within the chamber. So the imperfections can create inclusions, or they can create a lab-grown diamond that's not or that could be a non-white color, so it could be a fancy color. And personally, I'm hoping we see some fancy colors in Firelight coming on down the pike. So I know I'm getting kind of windy, but I just thought this was the best way to sort of address some of your big questions that have been coming through. And so people, let's see, they were asking me why then, because, things like Diamonique and other kinds of glass and CZ, they can be, $20-30. Why spend on a diamond, on a Firelight diamond? Why spend 500 to 1,000 or more? Well, it's because what you're buying is a diamond. It is, again, that perfect 10 in nature. It is the most aspirational gemstone in the kingdom. I have a passion for these stones, and I know many of you do too. I mean, our culture has celebrated important milestones, important times of our life in diamonds as far back as we all can remember, right? They've been used as currency. They've been used to hedge markets. In a bad economy, diamonds always soar, and we're seeing this happening globally. The Canadian market, for example, which is rebounding faster than we are from the situation that we've been in here in the U.S. They are seeing huge growth in the diamond markets there, because people are really loving and appreciating the folks that they're spending this terrible and very difficult time with, and they want to show them that in a really special way. So diamonds, again, are such an important part of our society, and so pretty. So much fun to own. So whether it's grown in the lab or whether it's mined, we're talking diamonds here. But with Firelight, we're talking about lab-grown diamonds. So people do ask me how to clean them. I touched on it a moment ago, but you do care for them and clean them exactly the same way that you do your natural diamond jewelry. So you can use an ultrasonic to answer that question, Beth. You can use just dish soap. You can use water and a little toothbrush, which is really my preferred method of doing that. So again, the same chemical, the same physical, the same optical properties, and it does not diminish the diamond in any way that it's grown in a laboratory instead of being grown in the ground. They're just different, but they're the same at the same time, kind of like twinsies, I guess. So people want to know if lab-grown diamonds have the same characteristics. Yes, again, they do. They're a 10 on the Mohs rating scale. They're scratch resistant. Can you tell the difference between the two? Well, with the naked eye, no, you can't tell the difference between a diamond grown in the ground and a diamond that is grown in a laboratory. All stones over a ½ carat in Firelight are going to be inscribed with the LGD, with so you know that they're lab-grown diamonds. That's going to be inscribed on the girdle of the gemstone, so that nobody can switch out your diamond if you're getting it, fixed, or if you're getting prongs tightened or something like that. You'll be able to identify it, which is really awesome. In fact, there's been some breaking news with the GIA here in the last week or so, and they're changing the way that they're grading lab-grown diamonds. They're going to be grading them in a much more similar way to the way that they're grading natural diamonds from the earth. So that's kind of interesting. Stay tuned on that one. We'll do a whole nother video sometime on that. I know I'm going on and on, but this is information that I've always wanted to share with you on Firelight, and we hardly ever have the time to do it. So the way a jeweler would be able to tell would be under a loupe. When you grow diamonds in the laboratory with a trained eye, you may see a different type of inclusion than what you would see in a natural diamond. And so the grown inclusions that you would see with the loupe or under a really high-powered microscope. But the real positive determination to answer this question, I think it was John that asked me this question, he said, how do you determine? And my answer to that is send it to a lab. Send it to the GIA. The GIA is really the world leader in this. They have made huge strides in grading lab-grown diamonds, and I really recommend their services. And you can get them appraised just like you can diamonds from the ground. But you need special equipment because the characteristics within the two are almost identical. So why are they more affordable? All right, because they're so much more affordable. Go check them out, honestly, on QVC. You'll be blown away. But the reason is they're man-made, and they're not rare like they are in the Affinity brand, okay? They're not as rare. But some of the larger sizes that we're offering, in particular in Firelight, these are rare. I mean, until recently, we couldn't find 2 carats. We couldn't find, 2.5 carat solitaires. And now I'm happy to say we see them from time to time in Firelight. And again, hopefully we'll be seeing some fancy colors down the line too. I hope that answers some of your questions about the differences between, natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds. Now I want to touch just really briefly on the difference between diamonds from the earth and a completely different gemstone called moissanite, which I also happen to really love. Moissanite is beautiful, but moissanite is made of silicon carbide. It's really rare in its natural form, and the moissanite that you see in the market, most of them are lab-grown moissanites. And again, I have no issues with lab-grown gemstones at all. It's a synthetic gemstone. It can be a simulant or it can be an alternative to diamonds, but it does not, and again, I just really want you to understand that it does not share the same properties that a diamond does. Probably the most obvious one is that it's closer to a sapphire in its durability, or scratch resistancy rather, than it is to diamond. So what you're going to find with moissanite is that it's clocking in at about a 9.25 on the Mohs rating scale, where a diamond is a perfect 10. A sapphire is a 9. So lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds are both 10s. What else? Oh, cubic zirconia. So I hear people calling cubic zirconia diamonds all the time, and I think it gets very confusing in the marketplace. They are not diamonds. Cubic zirconia and diamondique are a completely different product. They're very beautiful, but again, they're not diamonds. Diamonds are a perfect 10. Diamonds are that important gemstone, whereas we can have, some carefree kind of fun, with CZs. And I wear CZs as well. I think they can be, very fun for a party, or if you have something, really over the top that you want to do, or you want to try out another style. But they're completely different than diamonds. So I hope that answers that question. You will find that CZ will turn color. CZ doesn't share the same kind of brilliance that a diamond does. And again, getting back to moissanite, one of the big differences in moissanite is that they're doubly refractive. So, the rainbow dispersions that you see in diamonds, the rainbow colors that are really crisp and really clean in a really high quality diamond, in moissanite, it's as if that were just a little out of focus. So again, doesn't bother me at all. I like moissanite. I wear moissanite, but it has a different look and it's a completely different gemstone than diamonds. So anyway, I love them all. They're all like my little babies, and I love colored gemstones and diamonds, but they're just, with so much changing in the marketplace with lab grown, I just kind of wanted to pop in here and give you my 2 cents worth instead of trying to answer everybody one at a time. If there's anything else that I can help you with, or if there's anything that wasn't clear, drop me a note, will ya? I'd love it. Like and share, with diamond lovers. And I hope you can join me next time I'm on QVC. I think I'll see you in November next for a show. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'll talk to you later. My name is Michele Lau, and I hope you have a really, really nice evening. Thanks.